Hi everybody, welcome to AcuPoint Tarot, where you choose the yin card or the yang card to know which acupressure point you can work on this week to not only help your physical body, but also your emotional connection to life and your soul connection to source. So take a moment and choose whether or not you would like the yin card or the yang card. What is the difference between yin and yang? This is a very good question. So yin literally means the shady side of the hill. It represents that which is soft, interior focused, nourishing, relaxing, calm. Some people say it's feminine energy. Yang is the opposite. It is the sunny side of the hill. So it represents that which is exterior, outgoing, motivated, active, and energetic. Some people say it is masculine. So yin, of course, in the yin-yang symbol is represented by the color black, and yang is represented by the color white. This one's a little bit lighter, so we'll go with that. So choose which card you would like, and let's see what your tarot is for this week. We're going to start with the yin card. So this is Kidney 26 is your yin card. It is the lower of those two dots on either side of your sternum. So Kidney 26, what is this good for? Well, on the physical aspect, Kidney 26 is really good for things that are affecting your breathing. So it could be asthma, wheezing, cough, you have phlegm stuck in your lungs, maybe because you had a cold or the cold went away, but you still have the phlegm there. Ladies, it's also good for abscesses in the breast, and it's located below your collarbones by about a few centimeters. And you might notice when you press here that it's a little bit tender. You know what? All of us do this because we're on the computer all day, and when we do this, these muscles get shortened. And it really can relate to back pain in your rhomboids and your trapezius. So if you want to kind of stretch this out, you can do that by pressing these points and also, of course, moving around. A good stretch for this actually is if you stand in a doorway with your arms about up this high and push yourself through. That will help open this up. So it's good for back pain too, right? So that's the physical aspect of this point. So what can it do for you on the esoteric, the emotional, the soul connection level? Well, Kidney 26 is called the center of elegance. Oh, doesn't that sound nice? And the Taoist sages would say that to know your own excellence is to live in your poetry. And we should do everything as if we were writing poetry, whether you're walking, whether you're working, whether you're making love, whether you're being angry at somebody, do it with poetry, because that is just so elegant. And if you were going to draw a bow back and shoot your bow and arrow, how elegant would it be if it hit right in the center of that target? That would be perfect. So this point is also to remind us that being in the center is where we can really express our elegance and poetry in a really interesting way, because humans live in between heaven and earth. We live in between the yin and the yang. And when we come to accept with grace that we are pulled in opposite directions. Yeah, this is normal for us. We have yin aspects, we have yang aspects, and sometimes it's not easy to balance the two, but when we get right in the center, that's when the poetry of our lives expresses itself with grace and elegance. And you know what? You can be the bee's knees, baby. So rub this point if you want to work on that stuff. Side note, do you want to learn how to do acupressure on yourself? It's really easy. It just takes a few minutes to learn. So watch my video called How to Do Acupressure and you'll learn all the tips and tricks. Okay, now let's look at the yang point. This is stomach 44. It's on the opposite side of the body, all the way down on the foot, in between the second and third toes, kind of just below where the web of the toes is, right? So this point is called inner palace courtyard, and what does it do physically? Well, the stomach meridian is one of the longest meridians of the body, and it takes up a lot of real estate on the face. So if you have things going on up here, red or painful eyes, nosebleeds, your teeth hurt, your ears are ringing, your throat feels painful and obstructed, this point can really help. Of course, it's a stomach meridian, so it does things that are good for the gut. So if you're having abdominal bloating or pain, or your bowel movements aren't great, could be diarrhea, could be constipation, could be bloody, this point can really help with that too. And then of course, if you have local pain on your foot, right in that area, press this point because it can help relieve that. So physically, boy, it's got a lot of wide-reaching actions, right? On the esoteric and emotional side, inner palace courtyard is really interesting because it is the water point on the earth channel. So what happens when it rains for the earth, right? All the seeds start to grow. All this movement and change and life comes up, and like things start to get really exciting because like it's a growth period. And I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a lot of energy around us right now for like movement and change. So this point is especially interesting for that. But you know what? This is an inner palace courtyard. It's not just taking like any movement and growth and change. It's taking this knowledge from the inside, from your heart wisdom, and bringing that forth. And like this really is a time for us to be focused on, yeah, what does this want? What does this need? How are we going to bring our new selves out into this future where different things are possible? So if you want to work on those things, then use Stomach 44. So stay tuned for next week's AcuPoint Tarot. If you are in Lisbon and you need acupuncture help with anything, you can look me up at acupunctureinlisbon.com. And if you are anywhere in the world and you want help with your soul connection to source, you can book a pure energy treatment with me online and get back to feeling good. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next week.